There's a disease no one talks about. It affects students, migrants, returnees, artists, unemployed philosophers, and people with LinkedIn accounts, but no actual plan. I caught it about a year ago when I came back home with a few degrees, some work experience, and a tiny bit of savings. Now, this disease has a name. It's called the unfinished nation condition. When I came back, I thought I was making a brave life decision because almost everyone I knew was either against the our idea or afraid of the idea. And honestly, I understood them because returning home sounds romantic only from far away. From far away, it sounds like purpose. From close up, it sounds like, so now what? Now, this disease has clear symptoms. Believing your country still has potential. Thinking one good idea can change everything. Watching motivational videos at 2 a.m. and telling your friends about a business idea that will definitely make millions, with no investment, obviously, only profits on your end. And in Nepal, this disease reaches its final stage through three things: tea, revolutionary talk, and unemployment. So basically, I came back to Nepal to do revolutionary things. And by revolutionary things, I mean providing unpaid consultancy services, drinking lots and lots of tea, talking about the system and saying, bro, this country has potential at least 7 times a day. But jokes aside, coming back was not simple, and I think many people understand this. Nepalese abroad understand this. Indians abroad understand this. South Asians understand this. Africans, Arabs, Filipinos, Latin Americans, Eastern Europeans. So many people understand this. There is a strange emotional burden when you leave your country because when you leave, people say, go, build your future. But when you think of returning, the same people say, are you sure? And that question hurts more than it sounds because it is not just doubt, it is fear. Your family is afraid for you. Your friends are confused for you. Society is already judging you, and somewhere inside, even you are asking yourself, am I being brave or simply plain stupid? Because for our generation, returning home is not just a travel plan. It's a psychological thriller. You are not only coming back to a country, you are coming back to a traffic of corruption, family expectations, unstable politics, unclear jobs, broken systems, and people asking, so what exactly are you doing now? And if you say, I am exploring, they hear unemployed. If you say, I'm taking my time, they hear unemployed but maybe spiritual. If you say, I am observing things, nobody knows what that means. Even I don't know sometimes, but it sounds better than saying unemployed. And yet, some of us still come back. Why? Why, I ask? Because somewhere underneath all the fear, we still believe that home is not finished. We still believe that our countries are not failed stories, maybe badly edited stories. So I came back thinking I would slowly figure life out, maybe work on ideas, maybe create some content, maybe talk to people, maybe understand what young people are feeling, and then suddenly Nepal had its Gen Z movement. Out of nowhere, the country started feeling like a live stream with no moderator. Parents were confused, Young people were angry, politicians were calculating, and everyone online became an expert. And every comment section looked like a national emergency meeting conducted by people with 12% batteries left on their phones. And I was watching all of this thinking, wait, this is not just Nepal. By now, we should know that this river cannot be stopped. It can only be understood, guided, and maybe managed. Because the more I looked around, the more I felt that young people everywhere are tired. Not lazy tired. I think we are exhausted. Spiritually, financially, and emotionally. We inherited information without direction, connection without community, ambition without stability, and a world that keeps telling us just work harder. But work harder for what? A job that may not exist? A house we may never afford? A future that keeps getting postponed? Or a country that we may have to leave? Different countries, different languages, different flags, same exhaustion. And South Asian exhaustion has its own special flavor. In many countries, people have anxiety. In South Asia, your anxiety has a family committee. Your career is not your career, it is a group project. Your school friends are suddenly in Australia, your cousin in Canada, someone's son in Dubai, someone's daughter in America, and you are sitting there thinking, should I build something meaningful or should I also open an IELTS book? Because for many young people, migration is not just ambition. Sometimes migration is escape with better branding. We don't call it running away, we call it applying for opportunities. Very professional. But behind the jokes, there is something painful. An entire generation is being asked to stay hopeful inside systems that keep disappointing them. We are told to be patriotic, but not given any opportunity. We are told to respect elders, but not question the decisions that damaged our futures. We are told to be patient, but patience does not pay rent. We are told to love our country, but love alone cannot fix hospitals, schools, roads, courts, or corruption. And that is where the emotional conflict begins, because many young people do love their country. That is why they are angry. And if you're still watching, maybe you understand this. If we did not care, we would not be angry. And many of us already do know that if we were not angry, we would just leave quietly. Physically, yes, but sometimes emotionally first. And that is the dangerous part. A country does not lose its youth when they board a plane. It loses them earlier when they stop imagining a future there. And it's heartbreaking to see young people mesmerized by a future where home becomes just a vacation destination, or for some, a place they may never return to. And I don't think this is only Nepal. I think young people around the world are tired of pretending that broken things are normal, tired of pretending that corruption is culture, tired of pretending burnout is ambition, tired of pretending survival is success, tired of pretending that mental collapse is personal weakness, tired of pretending education automatically creates opportunities, and tired of pretending that politics only belongs to old men in closed rooms. And maybe, most of all, we are tired of being called the future while being locked out of the present itself. They call us tomorrow, but silence us today. So Maybe that is why I wanted to start this journey, not because I have all the answers, I clearly don't. Maybe our generation does not need perfect people or answers to start conversations. Maybe we need honest people, people who are confused but still care, people who are tired but are still trying, people who are scared but still showing up. Because if we wait until we are fully ready, fully stable, fully confident, fully employed, fully healed, then nothing will ever begin. Sometimes you start while your life is still buffering. So, this conversation is just about that, about young people, about migration, about politics, about family pressure, about broken systems, about hope that feels dangerous, and about the strange comedy of trying to build a future in countries where leaving often feels smarter than staying. But I don't want this to be only a Nepali conversation, because the more I talk to people from different countries, the more I realize our pain has different accents, but sometimes the same script. Not sometimes, most of the time. Different flags, different exhaustions. No, same exhaustion, we should say. So, I want to ask you something. Where are you watching from? Nepal, India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, UK, Australia, Canada, the Gulf, America, Norway, or somewhere else? And what is one thing young people in your country are tired of pretending is normal? Is it corruption, unemployment, family pressure, migration, mental health, politics, education, gender, society, money, that feeling that no matter how hard you work, the goalpost keeps moving? Comment your country and say your truth. You do not have to sound perfect, you do not have to sound hopeful, just be real. Because maybe that is where the conversation begins. When I came back home in February of 2025, I thought I was returning to uncertainty, and I was definitely, but I was also returning to something else, a country arguing with its future, a generation refusing to stay silent, a strange, messy, emotional moment where I guess nobody really knew exactly what was next. But everybody knew something. They knew something had changed. And maybe that is what hope actually looks like. Not clean, not easy, not inspirational background music with drone shots. Real hope is awkward. It is unemployed young people talking about revolution over tea. It is young people making jokes because crying is too expensive. It is families afraid for you because they love you. It is coming back even when you are not sure if coming back makes sense. Maybe hope is returning to the problem and still choosing to care. So, no, young people are not lazy. We are tired. But tired does not mean finished. Different countries, different flags, same exhaustion. But maybe now the same awakening. Let's find out. Thank you. And if you like what I said, please do subscribe. Let's create a movement. Thank you.